Andre Onana's Manchester United chapter is officially over, at least for now. He's gone on a one-year loan to Trabzonspor in Turkey. No buyout clause, no transfer fee, but United still benefit. They save about $3.7 million in wages. Onana himself will even earn more, with Trabzon covering his full salary, adding bonuses and even a signing bonus. For the Cameroonian, it's a chance at consistent playing time before the African Cup of Nations, where his national team faces Ivory Coast, Gabon, and Mozambique. But make no mistake, this marks the end of a stormy period at United. Signed for $48 million just last year, his time was defined by high-profile mistakes, capped off by a humiliating League Cup defeat to Grimsby. Now United's #1 spot will be taken by new signing Senne Lammens. Meanwhile, Kylian Mbappé made headlines not for his goals, but for his words. He has chosen his pick for the Ballon d'Or, his teammate Ousmane Dembélé. "If it were up to me, I'd bring him the trophy myself," he told Telefoot. Dembélé's case is strong. He's fresh off a season where PSG won the Champions League, the French Cup, and Ligue 1, with Dembélé shining throughout. But football never rests. Even as Mbappé expressed loyalty, Dembélé suffered yet another blow, a hamstring injury that will sideline him for 6 weeks. His teammate Desire Doué is also out with calf issues. Despite that, Dembélé looked back fondly on his Barcelona years, calling it his childhood dream and admitting how difficult those early injury-riddled years were. He insisted, though, that Barca shaped him as both a player and a person. Speaking of Barcelona, tension is brewing with Marcus Rashford. Just 45 days into his loan, reports suggest Barca are considering sending him back to Manchester United. No goals, no assists in 3 matches, and doubts are spreading in the locker room. Some insiders even compare the situation to the João Felix disaster. Spanish media claim the club is unhappy with Rashford's attitude, motivation, and lack of chemistry. Barca could terminate the deal early by paying $4.3 million, though they technically hold an option to buy him outright in 2026 for $25.3 million. Right now, that seems unthinkable. If terminated, Rashford heads back to United, but under Ruben Amorim, his playing chances might not improve much either. Another frustrating chapter in Rashford's unpredictable career. Over in London, West Ham are making moves behind the scenes. Confidence in Graham Potter is crumbling, and the club has already reached out to Frank Lampard as a possible replacement. Lampard has rebuilt his reputation at Coventry, turning them from relegation battlers into playoff contenders. He said publicly that he's ready for a Premier League return, and West Ham, the club where his legendary playing career began, may be the perfect stage. Despite West Ham's recent win over Forest, tension remains. Lampard and even Jose Mourinho are both in the conversation. The decision now lies with Lampard. Does he continue building at Coventry, or take the chance to return to the Premier League spotlight? Elsewhere, Tottenham are preparing to send shockwaves through the market with a $100 million bid for Aston Villa's Morgan Rogers. The 23-year-old midfielder has exploded into one of the brightest stars in the league, with 17 goals and 17 assists already. His versatility across midfield and the flanks makes him exactly the type of player Spurs' new regime wants to build around. Villa insist he's not for sale. His contract runs until 2030, but $100 million is a figure that makes even the most stubborn clubs think twice. Rogers hasn't spoken publicly, but those close to him suggest he'd be open to a move if the clubs reach an agreement. And then there's Lamine Yamal, Spain's teenage superstar. After scoring in a sensational 6-0 win over Turkey, the 17-year-old had a moment of chaos. He lost his passport. The entire Spanish team bus was delayed as he scrambled through his belongings. Teammates teased him. Videos went viral, but in the end, the Spanish Federation and local police intervened. He was issued temporary documents and flown back to Barcelona on a private jet that same evening. No harm done. Just another chapter in the whirlwind life of one of football's biggest prodigies. In Turkey, Besiktas are circling Federico Chiesa. The Italian winger has been left out of Liverpool's Champions League squad, sparking rumors of his exit. After failing to secure regular minutes, Besiktas sent an official inquiry for a permanent deal. Liverpool don't want a loan, but a full transfer could be on the table. Chiesa himself hasn't commented yet, but insiders say he's open to leaving after struggling to find a role. With the Turkish window closing on September 12th, time is running out. Meanwhile, Erling Haaland found himself in a bizarre situation. While with Norway's national team, he collided with the team bus door. The result? 3 stitches under his lip. Haaland laughed it off on Snapchat. Got hit by a bus door. 3 stitches. Looks pretty good. The photos went viral, but luckily it won't affect his availability. He's already back in training and preparing for Norway's match against Moldova. Back to transfers, the battle for Marc Guehi is about to explode. Crystal Palace's captain is wanted by Liverpool, Bayern, Barcelona, Real Madrid, and now Manchester City. City moved quickly after sending Akanji on loan, valuing Guehi at $35 million. Guardiola sees him as a perfect fit for City's defensive model. Quick decisions, high line, leadership. Palace know January is their last chance to cash in before his contract winds down, so expect fireworks. The question is, which giant does Guehi choose? Elsewhere, Paris Saint-Germain say goodbye to one of their own. Presnel Kimpembe leaves after 20 years, joining Qatar SC. From academy graduate to World Cup champion to vice-captain, Kimpembe played 241 matches for PSG, but injuries robbed him of consistency. Left out of the Champions League squad, he chose a fresh start in Qatar, rejecting Milan. PSG said goodbye with respect. Kimpembe remains part of the family, but this truly is the end of an era. And finally, Bayer Leverkusen have a new manager. Kasper Hjulmand, former Denmark national team coach, has signed on after Erik ten Hag's dismissal. His first task? Stabilize the squad and prepare for Champions League action, ironically against Copenhagen in his homeland. For Hjulmand, it's a second chance in the Bundesliga after a short spell at Mainz a decade ago. For Leverkusen, it's about getting back on track after a rough start to the season. Football never sleeps. From Rashford's struggles to Onana's escape, from Tottenham's bold bid to Guehi's transfer war, every story is a reminder that the game is as ruthless as it is beautiful. That's it for today's roundup. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. It means the world and keeps us bringing you more of the biggest stories from around the football globe.